What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking with OG Regg, a flexing pioneer, created pausing, the style of pausing. And so we're just going to get into it. We're going to have as well CJ Ray, who will be also featured in this interview. He helped make this happen, this connection happen. So shout out to CJ. And yeah, we're going to be diving into flexing history, flexing culture, and the movements, the techniques, and we're just going to go into it. But I would say mostly learning of Reggie's his story, his journey into flexing. So let's get started. And if anyone, you've got questions, again, feel free, write it in the comments. And I'm excited. I feel, it's cool. It's cool to hear about flexing culture. I know I've done a lot of the animation, the popping culture and dance, so it's cool to also see what's going on in the history and flexing, because there's some incredible things. Maybe, if you only know about popping or if you're not aware of flexing, there's some incredible creativity and it's incredible. So let's see. And while we wait for CJ and Reg to get in here, how's everyone's day, night, Thursday? Tomorrow's Friday. Weekend's coming up. I know out here in California, I feel like it's getting hotter now, while on the East Coast it's like getting colder, from what I've heard. Well, I hope, I hope it gets better, or just keep going, keep persevering. Just, hang in there. Patience, and I'm hoping the best, man. Hope some good energy comes your way, or just some insight, or, simple things in life that can just change how we feel. So I hope you're feeling better, bro. Yeah, my day's going well. Working at a new job, so just getting that situated, and yeah. Let me pin this. It's funny noticing too. The Black Flash Chronicles 2, the Anthony Jimenez. We got the same last name. Hey. Panamanian. Oh, okay. Well, my grandparents are Puerto Rican, but then we did that whole ancestry thing, and apparently there was Peruvian, I believe, a big part of that. So in my ancestry thing, so I don't know. Everybody just exploring back in the day. And now today too, so. All right, so we got CJ in here, so we're just going to wait on Reg, but I'll send you the invite whenever you feel like hopping on, CJ. Yo.
What's good? What's good? What's good? How
Hey.
are we?
I'm good, man. I'm a little tired just coming from work, but overall I'm good. I'm excited for this interview.
It should be fire. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Good one.
appreciate it. I appreciate you, CJ, for making this happen and
Yeah,
connecting
but not a
us,
question. Comes to the
so
style, we got to make sure they're here. You know.
for
but
sure.
um, but yeah, I just like I've been so busy, fucking just dancing and doing the damn thing. So I'm
Yeah,
glad that we made time for this. It's awesome. It's great.
yeah, man. I mean, I know you be doing so much more than just dance. I know you be doing I saw you and Joey and one of my friends. You guys are
Rhea?
doing a yes, Rhea, about a
Yeah, we got a
gig you're
little.
doing.
That little gig, yeah, super fire. Should be
Yeah,
super dope. That's why
yeah.
I've been working out so much.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
trying to get right.
Yeah, no,
It's super juice.
much respect, man, CJ. Like you're more than just a You already know this, but I'm just gonna say you're more than just a dancer. Like you're just an artist and overall, and just like that's. I always respect hearing another person coming from the East Coast to come to LA and just make things happen. So you're one of those people that just you make things happen. No excuses and yeah, you be doing it. That's why your name is people be here. Your name is in conversations and here and there. So you know.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'm just trying, man. Just trying. Recently, I feel like my anxiety's been pretty good, like crazy recently. So like, it's
Mm.
nice to remember you're human. Like the moments you're like, okay, damn, like I gotta chill. So
Yeah.
it's been pretty nice to, not nice to deal with, but deal with it in the space where it's like, okay, this is like just remember, like you also aren't a machine. Like you're gonna have human emotions that you have to deal with. So that's
Right.
been an interesting little thing. But we're feeling way better now, which is good. So
Nice.
yeah, I mean, I just been in accepting these things. I think before I used to run from it, so it's a little bit nicer to just like, okay, like this is a part of me, like it's gonna happen regardless of how far or how great or whatever we decide to do is always gonna be this thing, this little kid in you that's like, oh, I'm a little scared. Like, that's what it is. So
Right.
yeah, it was pretty interesting to deal with, and now that I'm understanding it more, I guess it's interesting to learn your body and who you are as a person. So things
Mm.
like this are nice because then you just remember, okay, like what am I doing? Why am I flexing? Who is this and why? Oh yeah, okay, I like bow break because this. Oh, I like flex because like these things are so important that like sometimes you just need a reset. And I think my birthday's coming up. And it's just like everything's going to happen again, the reset of life and 365 days all over again. So it's just like, I think this is a good time to have this interview for sure. Because it's like, it's good to learn your history and just remind yourself sometimes of why we're doing what we're doing and why
Right.
these people were so important growing up and why they did it. So,
Right. Right. Sometimes we're just always moving and
yeah.
making moves, doing the next thing. So it's nice to be like, okay, let's take a breather for a second.
Yeah, so this week I haven't really I danced today for the first time in a while, a couple weeks, like five, and it was nice. Did like a couple videos and stuff, so I'm excited to get those videos out and stuff like that. But it's good to have people around you that are like, nah, bro, it's normal. Like we're all working, like we're all we're all trying to be successful too. This
Yeah.
coming here is an anxiety itself, so it's like what I'm saying, like we're breathing through it and just giving it whatever it can do type thing.
Right.
But
And
yeah,
that's good you got people to do that with. You got
yeah.
friends, homies you can. So you don't feel like alone or like you
Yeah,
said, we're all
too
human
much.
in
Yeah,
this.
no, for sure. Yeah, it's always nice to talk to somebody, especially because a lot of artists deal with it. Like a lot of us deal with it, and a lot of us don't
Yeah,
really speak on it.
yeah.
And like, people get to a certain point and they're like, it's super big, but it's like they're still dealing with a lot of things that are regular too. Like that's just the
Right.
truth. So it's like,
It don't
that's
matter how big, how celebrity, how pop famous, you're still human that's gonna have
facts. No,
insecurities,
for
emotion.
sure.
I mean, we see it always, we see it on the news of celebrities. There's some crazy stuff recently. I don't know if you follow the whole UFC, Rampant Jackson.
Oh, I've seen that.
That's
That's
a whole that's a
crazy.
whole yeah, that
Yeah,
like
I don't know what's going on with bro.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
But
going through something serious.
but
He's an
back to the
MJ
thing,
flex
just
dancer. I don't think
well
I don't think he would consider himself a flex dancer, but he has the things to be a flex dancer. Like if he decided to be a flexor fully, he could. I think with what he knows now, and he would just learn a little bit more learn more in other spaces. But I think he has enough to become a flex dancer for sure. Like if you really wanted to be a flexer, like if he was like I'm just gonna flex no animation or anything, for sure. I think I think that I think he's better off doing everything like the way you're doing it. I think your animation style is like so different that it's like, yeah, you got it. Like that's your thing. Like it's too good. But I
Mm,
mean, slick cosign. So I mean, if slick cosign, then that's like whatever. Yeah,
right.
slick cosign.
Well, no, there it
So
is.
I
There it is.
personally wouldn't
CJ
say it.
said it. So
Yeah,
CJ said it. That's it. So.
yeah. I wouldn't personally say it, but Slick definitely said it. It's like so it's like because I know how much he wants to be the animator he wants to be. So it's like I wouldn't want to classify him as something that he's not like training specifically for when he's training for other things. Like I feel like that takes away.
Right. I mean, even popping, some people would be like, "Are you a popper?" I feel like in every, I think there's question marks with me. No, in any community, I think some people are like,
Yeah,
but
he's just
yeah,
going
because
through. it.
because
Yeah.
for me, because that's why like these interviews are a perfect reflection of my journey because I watched everything. Like that's why we're having conversations with flexors, we're having conversations with animators in Japan, we're having conversations with like the popping because I was watching everything in my journey, so I feel like I didn't have a. I would say popping was like the first introduction, but then after that, like I'm like, what is this? What is that? What is so?
Mhm.
That's why maybe I don't like belong or like identify with like a specific camp of like thought or movement. But I like to, I love all of it. It's really I just love movement in general. Like it's crazy, man.
It really is.
you
It's
know,
insane. There's
you
so
know,
much good when it comes to this stuff, man. So
yeah.
much good. I love all styles. I think popping was one I didn't really like get too excited about, but then
Hmm.
I seen like a Slim Boogie and just like seeing how he understood it and like a future and like how they moved, and I grew appreciation for why popping is so dope and why it's so mainstream, why people understand it so well. You know, like I was like, oh wow, like there's so much more to it. When you're like trying to do it, it's like and then it's like when you see it, it's like oh, like you express it differently in this space that I never thought of it in that space. So it's like a very interesting movement, in my opinion. Yeah.
Right. I mean, the people you mentioned, Slim, Future, I feel like they even stand out within the popping community. Like I think
Yeah.
like a lot of poppers are like, whoa, you guys are different, even in the community. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
interesting,
Facts.
you
There's a
know.
Poe, like Slim Boogie is just, oh my God, he's
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. There he is in the history books, you
It's
know.
crazy because just like, bro is like not young. Like he's locked in though. Like he's beating everyone, in my opinion. Like
Yeah,
he's so good. So good.
yeah.
There's so many OGs. Like I just hope that they just never stop. It's just like damn, like because it's like if they stop dancing, it's like what? Like what are we doing? Like
Yeah, no, no.
it's just so unreal because like for them, they probably have the same feeling about their OGs. So it's like seeing
Hmm.
their OGs maybe stop dancing now or just barely dance here and there. It's just like whoa, like what the fuck?
Right,
Like are we the OGs? Like yeah,
right,
we're
right.
getting to our turn. Our turn's coming up soon, man.
You
We're
know,
about to
but
be the
I think something interesting is that our like when as we get older, we have footage from so because of YouTube. Like technology now, everything's documented. So I
yeah.
feel like now like we're gonna be able to watch like 200 years if everything is still intact and we still keep like videos online. But
Yeah.
like imagine being able to see flexors or poppers like 100 years ago. Because of you, we can't do that now because
Yeah,
only
yeah,
there's only so much footage that got on the internet, but it's gonna
yeah,
be interesting. Like,
yeah, yeah. Facts. Like the generation after generation, it's like,
yeah,
whoa, like,
yeah,
damn, you remember that time when he did that, and oh, when Regg Pauzin, when Gunn had the gun in his mouth, like, it's like for us, it's like what? For them, it's like, oh my god, they did that.
right, right.
So
Oh
crazy.
man, but I'm gonna just keep sending Reg the because I know he saw it.
Yeah, he told me like four
He,
minutes. I messaged him
okay,
before I got on here,
okay,
so and he just messaged me. Hold on. He said ready. He
okay,
just said
cool.
ready
So
right now.
it should. Let's see if
I sent him
yeah.
as well.
Um,
But yeah. It's been pretty pretty climactic.
Mm.
like this journey of flexing. So I'm excited to see what Reg is gonna say and how he
Yeah.
explains,
Are you familiar with his story? Have you had a
Yeah,
conversation?
I
Okay.
mean, I've called him. I call him actually quite a bit just to always check in to make sure that I have like because I like to teach, so I want to make sure everything I'm teaching makes sense to the history of what was brought to us because we all learn differently. But I think Reg, Reem, I would say Nugget, like those people specifically, like
Mm.
they really really know that like the culture. So I always try to talk to them because in my journey, those are the people I looked up to watching. So like when I run anything by them, like that's how I show my pausing, like how's my pausing doing and stuff like that, and then like growing in that space, and then Adis is now doing his own thing in his own style of like flexing, which is
Mhm.
great. Gliding wise, like he's the closest to Brian. That's what Reg said himself. So it's like
Oh,
that is like
okay.
that's crazy because Brian is insane. So
Oh.
go,
So, hey, Reg.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
there he is.
We're
Yo,
just good.
yo.
Just yeah. How you feeling? How's it going, man? Before we get into it, how's your your spirit?
My spirit's high. It's always feeling good.
Nice.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. We're in a good place.
Nice. That's what's up. Then yeah, we'll get into it. For everyone watching us, so Vibe just asked a great question of what's the intention of this interview? And the intention of this interview and all the interviews I do is to educate the current generation of dancers and the future generation of dancers so that they can look back at these videos and say, oh, okay, what was flexing? What is popping? Okay, who are the people that were part of this movement? Okay, what was going on at that time? Because from what I understand, a lot of dancers they meet up, they battle, they go to sessions, but they don't sometimes have those conversations to know the history and where things formed. So on one part, this interview is for educating just the current generation and future generations of dancers, and then on the second part, animation has been an interesting topic, and I've heard of pausing from a couple different people, and when I looked up pausing, it connects to Reg. That's the name that comes up, and I'm interested in hearing what is pausing, how did it come about, um, and yeah, because to my knowledge, I don't know about pausing. I've just seen it, I've heard it from people talking about it, and it's a very interesting visually technique, movement, style that again I'm curious about, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people, in other dance communities that will be like, oh, what is this?
Right.
So for this intention, again, for people that are listening, watching, feel free if you want to write a comment. I'll try to get to your question if we have time. Um, but we're pretty much just gonna go down the rabbit hole and the story of Reg. Like, how did he get into the dance? Who did he see? How did flexing that name? How did it grow? So just kind of hearing Reg's story of yeah, his journey. So
The journey, right?
the journey, yeah, just from the beginning to maybe now what has been like just that journey, and talking about pausing and yeah. So it hope that's clear for everyone that's watching. Um,
Right.
and then, shout out to CJ for making this connection happen. I appreciate CJ for hitting up Reg because I was like, man, I want to interview him. And CJ was like, oh, okay, I could like connect you. I was like, thank you, I
That's
appreciate
dope. That's dope. I appreciate that. That's
it.
word. Word. Shout out to my
Yeah.
boy CJ.
Gotta make sure, it's the right knowledge and no bullshit.
That's
Yeah,
that's
That's
the fact. That's the
how I
fact.
feel.
We don't want the bullshit for real.
Yeah, I just want the real, man. Just the real and what it is and how we feel. That's it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, so I guess I'll start at the beginning, I guess, about about pausing per se for how I got into what I'm doing. I'll just start from there.
Mm,
Um, a lot of first of all, a lot of people don't know I didn't grow up in New York. I was born in New York, but I didn't grow up in New York. I was born in Brooklyn, and I was raised in Alabama from so, some years of my life, maybe so I was like in fifth or sixth grade, and then I wasn't really the biggest dancer, but when I was a kid, I was dancing, I was a dance machine.
mm,
Um, from like maybe up until I want to say. probably like 6, 7 is when I kind of stopped dancing, and I got in from there. I got into sports, and I was a real sports head. I was into every sport damn near. I was into playing basketball, played baseball, played soccer. Real big athlete. You know what I'm saying? That was just my thing at the time. And that's why I did that. I did all those different things. In Alabama, you swimming in lakes and stuff, you building trees and building houses and shit. Like it's a different living.
Okay,
You know what I'm
right, right.
saying?
Physical, like feel physical outside, right?
Physical, definitely, but also just, the surroundings where you at,
Mm.
dealing with a bunch of, racism. We do a bunch of things out there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you know how to maneuver, you know what I'm saying? So I always had some good people close to me and good friends, so that wasn't really a big issue for me. But yeah, but from there on, I came up to from Alabama, came to New York, and I got into I got into dance hall. Like I started hearing like all this dance hall music and everything like that. Now I started like really liking it. It was a thing. So I'm like, okay, this is dope. This is the really feel good feeling. I like it. I didn't know what to do to it, but I liked it. So my aunt, one of the earliest memories of her teaching me how to do like some dances. I was trying to do like little grooves and here and there with reggae dancing. And I wasn't that great at it.
Mm.
And then I got into New York. When I got into New York, I want to say like around 90, that was 96, 97. I want to say
Mm.
that.
Okay.
Uh, it was man, I think it was just from there it was on. I had this girl that used to teach me like how to dance to reggae music. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
she taught me how to move like certain way, like you know what I mean, like the way a girl would move, but what girls also like.
Mm. Okay.
So like she would show me how to whine and how to do certain things and do the heel toes and things like that. And it's things I didn't really know, but I wanted to learn how to do because I just wanted to learn how to do dancehall
Right.
and the things that they were doing. And then around that time also, I want to say like the Brucker was even coming out. You know what I'm saying? Was getting really popular.
Mm.
Uh, and then I started learning that from one of my cousins. He told me about it, and he was showing me about the Bruck up and things like that. So I was like, okay, this shit is hot. It's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Then I went to my first block party. And when I went to my first block party, that's when I really fell in love. I seen everybody dancing and doing this, and the girls loving it. I'm like, yo, this is it. You know what I mean? This is the vibe right here.
Nice.
So yeah, so from that vibe, you know what I mean, yeah, I fell in love with the culture. I fell in love with the dancehall culture and what it did, and it was dope. You know what I'm saying? I had my first couple of battles. They was horrible. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Of course, I lost them, but it was just like some regular dancehall battles, whatever. And then yeah, fast forward, uh, in high school, I met Nugget. No, junior high. Sorry, junior high. Junior high. I met my boy Nugs, and he was into dance. He got into dancing too. But we kind of got into it simultaneously. I want to say, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we were both just doing it,
Mm.
and then some guys in the block was doing it. We was all just dancing, doing, brucking up, killing, and doing our thing. Uh, Fast forward because these are really long stories.
Yeah.
uh, so fast forward that me and Nugget was like, "Yo, bro, like we gotta go on this show called Flex in Brooklyn because he's seen it on a show."
Mm.
And
Okay.
I was like, really? She's like, yo, we gotta go. And he said, I think we can kill it, Reg. He said, let's just go, let's just go. And then he just said, yo, call me.
Okay.
Of course. I'm like, yo, let's go. Like, I said, let's go. You know what I'm saying? We can't lose. We went there. We went to Rocky and Sandra house in Crown Heights. And then we signed up for our first showcase.
Mm.
Signed up for our first showcase. And from there it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, I think we can win. We think we can do something, some things that nobody ever done before. We did. We went on stage, Flex in Brooklyn, killed it. This is all remember this is all dance all Bruck up still. This is nothing like into the flexing thing yet.
Mm.
So now from there, we killed our first showcase. Super great, super cool. Uh we got a lot of love for it. And I can prove all this stuff. I got tapes. You know what I'm saying? This is like the beginning. I want to say this is October 1999.
Wow.
That was our first like showcase. You know what I'm saying? And then again, like I said, so everybody understands this is not flexing. Flexing wasn't born yet. You know
Mm,
what I mean? This was
okay.
just the begin. This is just like the beginnings and the origins.
Yeah.
So so from there, 1999 came. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we did our first showcase. We killed it. It was cool. Did a second showcase, didn't do so great. Third showcase went crazy. Right now, I'm
Mm.
fast forwarding a little bit now. Right, so now I want to say like around 2000. Yeah, this is like around 2000, 2001 now. We had our second and third showcases, and that's when we started creating things that was different from the normal,
Okay.
right? The
And is this
normal, and when I say the normal, I say the normal like people that were dancing on this show already. You know what I'm
okay?
saying?
What it was
Like
being
they were
seen already, like what people were
right.
doing. Okay.
Dance hall, Bruck up, it was all being seen on this Flex and Brooklyn platform already. Um, and we were just doing things different from what they would. See that thing. The second showcase, I'm gonna tell you, we did second and third showcase, right? Our second showcase, we bombed it because we tried to be like everybody else.
Mm,
And so because we tried to be like everybody else, it was more like, okay, we was experimenting. We don't know what the no, we didn't know what the environment was like. So we experimented for a minute and we tried it and it's like, nah, we didn't stand out the way we did our first showcase. Because our
mm,
first showcase was a kill. But
mm.
now this showcase was just like, yeah, you know what I mean? So
Right,
then the
right.
third showcase, we said, no, we gotta go back to our roots. You know what I'm saying? We
Wow,
gotta know, we gotta go back to what we do that made us different, that made all the girls jump out their seat, whatever that was, whatever that creativity was, let's
wow.
do it again. Let's just repeat that.
And this is
So
and this is you and Nugget.
not just me and Nugget, no,
Oh,
not just us
okay.
two alone. No, no. We had a crew, hyperactive.
Hyper. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my crew. My crew was called hyperactive. And then and it was at the time. One, two, three, four, five, so maybe like seven of us, seven, eight, yeah, about seven of us, I want to say.
Mm,
Um, so, seven or eight, because it was, get Lamar Jalan, there's four, Owl, Wizzy, Brian. So that's, yeah, yeah, it's like eight.
wow. Okay.
Um, yeah, yeah, seven, sorry. My math is horrible.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so anyway, we did our thing, right? So we was on stage, we did our thing, whatever. It was super cool, right? And it was like it was just us. And then, like I said, third showcase, we said let's go back to it. Let's go back to what really stood out to us, what made us who we were. And we did that, and we killed it again. Like you know what I'm saying, we did something crazy. It was just something different. And the thing is, I don't know if it was what made us different or it was just made us stood out, but the way we was thinking of things was like it was very movie like cinematic, right? Like we wanted to do things that was done in the movies, but on a stage, but with a poor person's budget. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's theatrical, this whole performance, but what you got, whatever your materials,
Right.
resource, but you're making the best of that.
You
You're
make the
gonna
best of it, right?
right.
So that was like the idea, but but everybody else wanted to do the trend dances, what was in, how to do the best trend dances was the we do it the best. This was the and then we came in there like, nah, we doing Dragon Ball Z. We
Yeah,
doing the Matrix. We doing animated. We doing shit that's like in that so that you look at it like, oh no, that's animation right there. That's a cartoon they doing. You know what I mean?
yeah, yes. A whole like
That's
a whole WWEF,
Yeah, it was
everything.
right.
Yeah.
So it was like that's what made us stand out from everyone else. Uh, and then we had like these things we called it punchlines at the time. I'm sure they call it the punchlines now too, but other things. But we did at the end of our every showcase, we had something spectacular that we would do that
Wow.
we said, okay, nah, the crowd is gonna have to go crazy over this. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So that was at the end of every show that we did. It was like people would literally wait for that moment. Like what
Wow.
they gonna do at the end? What's gonna be the big wow? And that was the punchlines. So and then now going forward now. So now during that third showcase, and during the fourth showcase, this is when I think the transition started. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Of what flexing is starting to look like today. We're starting to build
mm,
because uh that's when around that time was when we started doing like finding our own styles within ourselves, right? And
mm,
then that's because at the time, I want to say Bruckup wasn't hitting the way it was hitting before. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Everybody wasn't doing the Bruckup no more. Everybody was doing different things. So it's like, okay, Bruckup is not doing what he's doing no more. This for but people are still doing it. But it wasn't hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like how it was hitting in Brooklyn. So it
mm,
was more like, okay, like what are we gonna do? So within my team, with my crew, it was always like use think about what Bruckup did. Bruckup made himself a brand. He made himself something crazy with something dope. Whatever that was, he made it. You know what I'm saying? We
mm,
could do the same thing.
mm.
So
Why
we
the
started.
mindset? Okay, okay.
Yeah. So it was more like, yo, we can do the same exact thing, but it don't have to be the Bruckup. It can be our own shit. And then so now we started thinking like, okay, how can we brand our own selves? So that's when we started thinking of ways like how to do different dance styles. It was like uh I'm gonna say it because I just now did it. But it's like like the 38 chambers and then of like kung fu. Like you just
Okay.
start going into we started training in ways like, okay, well you do an orangutan style or you do this type of style, and we would think about ways to create those within our body. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Wow,
you do a
yes.
gorilla style, you do this style, or what? So we had different styles that we wanted to create, and we all started doing like moving like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In our different perspectives in
Mm-hmm.
our respective styles. So we was doing all those different things. Long story short, also between this time, uh I get into it again. I'm sure everybody probably heard this already. I got into a battle uh with a friend, and his name was Ick. And it wasn't the battle really wasn't for me, it was for my boy Nugs.
Hmm.
Because Nugget was like at the time, like Nugget was he was the man. He was like the one that was putting in the work and the battling, you know what I'm saying? Because that was what he did.
Mm.
And you know what I'm saying? I was there too, but I wasn't the main character. It was him at the
Wow.
time, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so this dude comes by, we vibe a little bit. We talk about battling and shit. We talk about people from Bed-Stuy, his team, and uh saw the first class. We started talking about all different types of things, the people we battled and stuff throughout the years
Mm.
and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Snuck him into the school during lunch period, doing, you know what I'm saying, during the auditorium, we dancing and battling and sharing, just sharing vibes and shit like that. I would always go.
Mm.
And then so when one day we had it was a party. It was a party that night. And then we go into the party. And then next thing you know, I see this dude coming in, wow, and he just like boom, boom, doing his style, he taking off his coat. I'm like, oh, this okay, he bugging, he wilding. I'm like, he ready to battle. You know what I'm saying? It's all
Uh-huh.
just it is what it is. And I'm not stepping back from nobody. I'm a
Mm.
battle. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But we went into it. Whatever. Long story short, he killed it.
Mm. Okay.
Body me, killed me bad.
Wow. Okay.
That's Doc. I hate this story. I know we all hate this story at this point. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was what it was. Uh, but it took me out for a minute. It took me to the point where it's like, you know what, I don't really want to. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like the
Mm.
girls, the only thing was like, I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
this story get around. It's over. I don't want to battle nobody. I don't want to dance no more. It was
Yeah.
just
Right.
bad. But the thing is though, I feel like that's what kind of made the switch turn on in my head, right? Because I
Mm.
was like, okay, well, I can't just be treated like this. You know what I'm saying? So uh, I was in my crib, I was chilling, and I was figuring out how can I make a new style. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of style? Like, what can I do to come back?
Mm.
Um, and I'm just watching like old flex tapes of my stuff dancing and going back and forth and things like that. So I'm pressing play and I'm pressing pause, and then I press play. And I'm rewinding myself, I'm watching myself dance backwards, like maybe I can do a backwards style, or maybe I can do this way. Because on a VCR, you press these things, it goes. If you have a certain kind of VCR, probably a good one, you you press it and then it rewinds slow, and you see
Mm.
yourself like moving, like vroom, vroom, and like you're like, oh, what is that?
Right.
But then this VCR I had press play and I press pause, and then the shit just started glitching, like it just keep glitch. glitch,
Mm.
glitch, glitch, and it's walking. It's like this. And every time we make, I was doing it. It was doing a move. I'm seeing like, no. I'm like,
That's
nah.
it.
I
Wow.
said, nah. I'm like, nah. I could do that. I could do. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? The first thing, first thing, I'm like, yeah, I could do that. And then so I'm like, okay, bet. I play the song. I play it. I'm in the house. And next thing you know, I put the headache rhythm on. I know the rhythm and everything is. I'm just like doom, 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 doom. So I'm like doing like these little hits, not like this how it looks now. Trust me, but
Mhm.
in the beginning stages of it, you know what I'm saying? It's just like trying to hit and make that glitch effect and make it look like it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like how I'm looking at it on the VCR,
Yes.
and I'm like, nah, this is sick. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta do this. I gotta do this. So I go back. I tell my guys, like everybody, my crew, like, yo, bro, I think I just got a style I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we all play each other, laugh at each other, joke, you know what I'm saying? Tell each other, you trash, you whack. But then I started constantly, consistently doing it. And I'm like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's called pausing. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like, it got to, like, because I'm obviously, because I pressed play and pause on VCR, and that's what it was doing. I was pausing. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So I definitely want to do this. Whatever this is, I'm going to do this. And I just kept doing it. And then, yeah, then next thing you know, not to say next thing you know, but over time, when I did it on Flex in Brooklyn, it got popular. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Then from Flex in Brooklyn, it got even more popular because everybody started doing posing routines. You know what I'm saying? And I
Oh,
was battling with it, and I was doing this with it, and I got recognition for it, and I started. Hold up, my headphones about to die. But
okay.
anyway,
Word.
I'll get in a second. But yeah, I started doing different things with it. So then it became something, but I didn't want it to become something because it was mine. Like, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like that's my style. Like, no, I don't want nobody doing that. Nah. But
Right.
you can't control the masses once everybody starts to do something. It's like, you know what I mean?
They
So
like
Brooklyn
it. Yeah.
started doing it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they doing the pause routine, dun, 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 meet up, meet up. I'm like, oh, everybody doing what I'm, they doing my
Ah.
shit. But it was what it was though, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and then from there on, it just became something. I didn't, like I said, it wasn't something I wanted to become, but people in Brooklyn, the kids in Brooklyn, they was like, yo, that's fire. What is that? What is this? Man, it's pausing. You know what I mean? And shout out to actually one of the first guys that started doing it uh after me, his name's Tafari,
Mm.
and he became a beast at it. You know what I'm saying? Then he started getting crazy with it. And my boy X, he came back. He started getting better with it. My boy Che, like everybody started doing it, and it was like elite dances that was pauses. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
it became a thing. It became a thing. So that's like the lineage, and I guess of myself and pausing. I don't want to tell everybody your story. They'll tell you their story, but
Right.
this is mine. You know what I mean? So.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. I know you mentioned before because at this point was flexing a style of itself when you brought pausing was flexing
Nah, we didn't know what
not
it was
yet.
yet.
It's still
Yeah,
okay.
we didn't know what it was yet. We were just it was more or less like again like our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, like if Brother can do what he did, why can't we? You know what I
Right.
mean? So I named mine. I got something that was from mine that was me, and I was like, nah, this is what this is. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
flexing wasn't flexing yet, but it was. Uh, I think that's the origins and the beginnings of what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, nah, this is the beginning of what flexing can be. And then and I think flexing became flexing when people started doing all of our styles. You know what I'm saying?
From
Like they started doing
hyperactive.
from hyperactive, yeah. Like they were. I think it's not, and I'm not just trying to big this up and say who's the best, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's more because like the blueprint, the system, like everything worked in the favor of why it became what it was. We won showcases. We were influential. We were innovative. Like it was those things that brought, what I'm saying, brought attention to what we did and brought attention to the styles.
Mm.
So the first three styles that really came about in the whole flexing community, the flexing culture it will be the gliding, the snapping, aka bone breaking, and the pausing. Those are the first three styles.
Wow.
After those first three styles were like people were like doing those styles, people started coming up being inspired by hyperactive and the way we did our things. other things started coming up. Then you got the hat tricks, and you had to get low, and then you had people doing, you know what I'm saying, and then everything else that came with flexing.
Wow. So
So
would you say, and then I know you mentioned the punchlines too, like that, like because I again from out, I'm just sharing my understanding and perspective. Like when I would watch, when I heard about flexing,
yeah,
I think probably on YouTube the first things was like Battle Fest, and I feel I was always like it was always fascinating, like the punchline. Someone would pull out like a puppet. Somebody would throw their body through, an object.
yeah.
Would you say that again was like the lineage towards
Of
hyperactive?
course, no, of
That,
course. That's yeah, for sure.
all
That's
of it.
that. So that's the So because of that, again, the format that we used and how we did it on Flex in Brooklyn,
Yes.
everyone else started doing the same type of format. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
since that format started coming about, uh, that's when people was like, okay, well, I can do it too. You know what I'm saying? I can do it too. I can do it too. Well, what can we do? We can do it better. You know what I'm saying?
inspired it, right?
Yeah,
Inspired.
everybody wanted to beat beat us or beat someone else or beat. So it became a way of things. And
Okay.
then so when you get into the whole Battle Fest part of it, that became it was something that came from the stage. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Those punchlines. They came from the stage, but and then people started to say, okay, well, I can do it by myself because we're battling, right? So how can
mhm.
I make a one move? We call them one move dunhams before we call them punchlines.
Wow.
It was like one move and we done them, right? So it was like a one move done them, but then it was the punchlines that people can actually use to win a battle in Battle Fest as well. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so it was like that. That's all it was. You know what I mean? So that's like the lineage of the punchline. It came from the stage,
In the
and
state.
it evolved into one person because of the battling aspect of it.
Wow. Okay. Man, I like to ask about the flexing in Brooklyn, the show.
Yeah,
It was the
Flex
show. I
in
mean,
Brooklyn. Yep.
Flex in Brooklyn. How did that come about, or what? That was a performance. It was performers,
So
group,
yeah,
solos.
nah. So Flex in Brooklyn was like, oh man, forgive me, Rocky and Sandra, they're gonna kill me. But I think they had like their first showcase in ooh, was it 95 or 96? It could have been not ooh man, they're gonna kill me because I do know this, but I can't remember right now the exact year. But I want to say 90, like 90 94 to 96. Those are in between those years.
Okay.
They threw their first show they threw their first showcase in Red Hook.
Mm.
And then so their showcase in Red Hook had rappers, singers, dancers, everybody. It was a big talent show. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it was I think it was popular because it showed teenagers be teenagers and it showed talent be raw talent. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it made teenage celebrities or hood celebrities in their hood. And then it also like, you know what I'm saying, to show people in the crowd and people get a chance to do their little shout outs and give up the shout out
Mm.
their hood and shout this. So people be like, I'm going to that. Like, what's up? Like, no, we gotta go to that one. And, and then it brought a diverse group of people. It brought and I say diverse meaning like it bought the hood, it
Mm-hmm.
bought the gangbangers,
Mm-hmm.
it bought the dancers, the nerds, whoever. It bought so many different people, but we all got and came at their place. And
Mm.
sometimes we got along, and sometimes we didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right. Right.
a lot of the times we all got along. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and that was like a melting pot of just talent. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So I think that's where not even I think that is where what I'm saying, where you knew it was like, okay, now you had to be
Right.
you had to be there, you know what I'm saying? So and so eventually because dancing came so popular, the singers, the steppers, the rappers, they kind of started to dwindle out because of how many like Rocky would have like 30 performances of dancers.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, how you gonna get the singers in there and the steppers? You know what I mean? It
It,
was too many dance groups.
right.
So, you know what I mean? So, yeah,
So then, back to, you're developing your style, pausing, and other members and hyperactive are developing their styles. What happens? What would you say was the next, I guess, I don't know, highlight part of flexing culture that it rises? I mean, personally, for me, I know ABDC is somewhere in that. I know
of
that
course,
happened.
of
But
course.
what before that, was there anything you felt that, yeah, pushed
That,
your own journey
well,
or
but, well,
flexing?
bef- right, right. So, before that, I want to say it was definitely like BET,
Mm.
106 in Park. We did 106 in Park, and we ended up winning that joint twice.
Mm.
And that was a big deal. But we did that as a group called Main Event. That
Okay.
was because we so Main Event was a group that so as Flex and Brooklyn went along and came and went, kept on going. A lot of us stopped dancing. Not myself, but a lot of dancers stopped dancing in people's groups, and
Mm-hmm.
some of us still wanted to dance and perform. So we was
Mm.
like, "Yo, we should just take the nicest people, or not the nicest people, but like the main people of each group that still want to dance and make a group." And then so we named it. Saying my boy Rain was like, "Yo, we call it Main Event." You know what I'm saying? So it was like, "Oh
Nice.
shit, like that's fire." You know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm.
It was me, saying we did that and we called it was like the best of best. So it was like the best of hyperactive, the best of Showtime, the best of uh unexpected, like
Mm.
best best of young and fearless. It was a lot of us, saying in this group, but it was like the top tier guys that
Who
still wanted to dance and keep going.
who was in main event at this time? What or was there? Yeah, who I guess who was at this time in main event of the best of the best?
Man, so these names, uh forgive me if I forget anybody. Showtime. So in hyperactive it was myself, Nugget, and Brian. And
Mm.
Showtime, it was Pee-wee, Corey, and Claude. And Young and Fearless, it was James, Antonio. Uh, who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody. I think that was it at the time. It was
Mm.
just those three. It was just those groups right there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then and then after that, there was more people that came. There was Restricted, my boy Spider, and
Mm.
then Nick from the Infamous Crew. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It got a little deeper in there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, and I guess I want like asking about ABDC because Ringmasters, you were also in that, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So
What? Okay. Yeah. If you can break
go
that
go.
down. Yeah.
So in Ring Match, so after ABD, so after BC and things like that, and just keep on, I guess, pushing the flexing narrative. You know what I'm saying with my crew. Uh, the first time was going to be ABDC. We were supposed to get on this, I think, the second season. The
Mm.
second season was supposed to be a part of. We didn't make the second season, and I wasn't even part of it. Actually, it was just them. It was my other guys because I had a job and I was like working and stuff, and they was like, "Yo, we out," like, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta work," and then I'm like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? So it put me in a little conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
But then uh the third season came around, and then this the third season came around, and they was there. They went there, and they're like, "Yo, like." You know what I'm saying? We doing this. No, I'm lying. I'm lying to you. The second season, I was working. Let me go back now. So the second season I was working, and the day of the audition, I left work to go and support my guys. So I said, yo, I'm going to support, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm probably not gonna be able to get in there with y'all, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was there, and Nugget was like, "Yo, come on, you part of the team, regardless." You know what I'm saying? Come on, whatever. See if we can get you in. It is what it is. But
Uh-huh.
second season, we didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Third season, we get in there. This guy was like, he was like, "Yo, I think we got in there. We did the audition." He's like, "Listen," he said, "if I get you guys on television and y'all guys can do this and you do this and do that, whatever, do you think you can make it? You think you can be part of the America's Best Dance Group?" And we was like, "What?" Hell yeah, right? He said, so if I put on anything, if I put on this, can you dance to this? He put on the song. Me and Nugget was like, we can dance to anything. We can make Flex go to anything. It don't matter what it is. Because Flex is universal. We can do whatever we want with it. And then he's like, she said, so show me. Put it on. We all started freestyling. Boom, boom, doing it. So now we blowing his head. And then after that, my boy Jay come around, blind, this guy, pause. I said, I'm off the grid. I gotta pause that. But he going crazy. And then so now my boy Jay, he gets on the ladder. We see a ladder, and this is just improv.
Okay.
We moving around, we dancing, whatever. He sees the ladder, we bring the ladder in the middle of the floor. I'm like, Jay about to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're going back to the whole punchline thing, right?
Is this Jay
So
the Don? Is that his?
Jadon,
Okay.
Jadon, yeah.
Okay.
So now, so he comes around, he walks up the ladder, he's walking up the ladder, and then next thing you know, he just backflips off the ladder and boom, lands it. We all, we because we so in tune with each other, we kind of know what to do next. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, boom, and then we come around, we walk up next, we're going forward. And then he's like, shit. He stopped the tape. He said, nah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. These guys are going to LA. So we yell,
Wow.
screaming, we yell, this and that shit. So it was some fun shit. And
Wow.
yeah, and then American Best Dancer came, and then I think it was for us it was more about the message. You know what I'm saying? We didn't think that was gonna once we got there, we obviously had the encouragement of I was like, yeah, we're gonna win this shit. But then we start seeing how it really go, we was like,
Right.
okay.
Right.
We know what's going on. But you know what I'm saying? So we was happy to get to the fourth seat. We did like we got 4 or 5 in, I think.
Yeah, and that put
And we did
flexing
our
on
thing. And that put
international.
international, right? So then that's when it was like, okay, yeah, it's internationally known now. Now
Right.
we've marked the spot in history. We done it. We did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now everybody knows what it is. And the thing is, what we didn't want to happen was kind of what happened though. They started showcasing the bone breaking part of it more than anything.
Right. So people
And it
associate bone breaking with flexing.
we're
That is.
right.
Mm.
Or they say bone breaking. And it's like, no.
Oh. Hmm.
The complete style of flexing is all of us. That's
Mm.
the idea of it. You know what I'm saying? Like people separate this. People separate it like, oh, nah, you're connecting and you're pausing, you're doing this, you're doing that. Yeah, those are the styles within flexing, but we're flexors at the end of the day. That's what we're doing. We're flexing. Like
Hmm.
no one will go to a b-boy and say, hey, you're a head spinner.
Right.
You
Right.
know what
Or
I'm saying?
people, or people just be like, if you're a popper, if you do wave, they're just you're a break dancer. Like
Right. You know what
everyone's
I'm
a
saying?
break dancer. Everyone
Right.
becomes
Like,
that. Right.
no, we're flex dancers. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mm.
think people really should understand that part. Like, you know what I'm saying? You saying, oh, you just bone bro, you bone breaking. No, you're taking a part of flexing. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You're not just a bone breaker. You can be a bone breaker in flexing, but
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, no one goes around saying they're a head spinner. Like I said, you know what I'm saying?
No.
They
No.
don't do that. They go, I'm breaking. I
Right.
break. You know what I'm saying? Because they do the style. And
Hmm.
I think that flexing should have that same respect.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Now and then now I also know there's the event that I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That you host called the Dream Ring or the
Yeah.
Dream.
Yeah,
Okay.
the dream ring. Yeah, yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? I know it's like two v. It was like partner battles, like
Yeah,
two.
yeah, 2-on-2 battles, yeah.
Yeah. Can
So
you
I've,
tell me?
I've I've always had a thing for battling, you know what I'm saying? And especially after Flex in Brooklyn, uh, it was like a way to
Mm,
continue what Rocky and Shawnee did for us. And it was like, okay, well, what can we do for the younger generation?
mm-hmm,
So, I was like, well, let me see if I can, let me see what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So, me and Kareem were partners years ago. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? We was in the same team, in the same group, right?
mm,
And then we had something going on called the Crazy Eights, and we did like a little showcase. We did showcases and stuff together and things like that. And
mm,
then we both journeyed off and do our different things. And then I want to do I want to do a 202 thing.
mm,
Uh, so I decided to say, all right, what can I do to? Actually, it was after just so I can be clear, I don't want to lie to you.
mm,
After America's Best Dance Crew. I came back from LA and I felt like I wasn't finished with my journey in New York because I could have stayed in
mm,
LA. Uh, I had the all opportunity to stay in LA. And
mm,
I'm like, yo, no, I still have a journey in New York I have to finish and something to build there with the
mm,
community that's there because that's where home is. That's where the
mm,
style is. That's what we can, we need to keep that flourishing.
mm, mhm,
And so I built the Flex House. And so the Flex House is another place that was back in the day at
mm,
Rocky and Sandra's place where we all ate and chilled out, had some fun, had curry goat,
mm.
curry chicken. She always made us some good food. It was amazing. Like it was like a second home to a lot of us, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And then so I want to, recreate that. So I
Mm,
did that in my place. Uh I said, all right, let's do another flex house. So I did it. Rocky came in and he blessed the place with me. He was like, yeah, you could do it. You know what I mean?
wow.
You could do this joint. So I'm like, yeah, of course I could do it. You know what I mean? Why not? So he blessed it. He's like, yeah, so this the next flex house. So now, you know what I'm saying, I got the love for it, I got this for it. And then now I started bringing a lot of kids, a lot of, not I'm saying kids, the next generation, the next
Mm,
generation of flex dancers, they all started coming to my house. So, you know, let's lay the flex house, you know what I'm saying? So why not? And this is where you get your skill up. You know what I
mm,
mean? Now you inside you in the, in the mouth, you know what I'm saying? This is like, yeah, let's get it. This the dungeon. So you
mm,
in there, we all battling, we getting crazy, we talk crazy. It is what it is. That's what Flex House was, you know what I'm saying? And we battled and we talked shit and we got our skills up. And a lot of people got their skills up and they got some and it was some good battles and there was a lot of good stuff in Flex House. Uh beat up my walls, fucked up my tiles, did so many different things in the crib. And it was, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do? So I had to expand, right? So
yeah.
now to expand, I'm like, you know what? Let me just get a venue, and
Nice,
we start doing events.
nice.
So I took my own money and just started doing these events.
Mm.
Super in deficit. Spending
Right,
the money, a bunch of money for, you know what I mean, for a bunch of guys that's out here and you try to make money back, but you don't really make nothing back
right,
in
right,
the community dance, but you do it for the love of it.
right.
And then yeah, and that was the thing with the Dream Ring, man. It was the 2-on-2 battles, and it was the thing is about 2-on-2 battles, and the reason why it's called the Dream Ring is the one dream is dance rules everything around me, right? Because dance,
Oh, I want to say that again.
the dream is dance rules everything around me.
Dance, move,
That's
everything. The dance
yeah,
rules, wait,
dance rules
rules
everything around me.
everything around me.
Yeah.
Wow.
So everything that has to do with dance is around, you know what I mean, is about that's just who I am. I'm all about dance and everything that around dance. Yeah, that's what I wanted to be a part of my life. And then so uh and it was meant to not only teach dancers to get their skills up, but it was also teach dancers and teach community how to get along. Because
Mm-hmm,
a lot of us we can dance solo, right? That's the easy part. But how
mm-hmm.
do you dance solo with a partner that you don't even know? You know what I'm saying? How do you how do you be able to how are you able to communicate and vibe off of the next person that you're with? You know what I'm saying? How do you overcome obstacles? How do you be
Right,
who you want to be with a partner versus just being by yourself? That's the easy part. Doing
right,
everything yourself is easy, but when you're with a partner and trying to figure out these, yo, let me do this too, man. Let me like, you know, these things that come along with it. That's just a little different.
right, right. And it's another
So
level, expanding. The more people you have together, it's a community. It's like, how do
exactly.
it's
So
easy to be by yourself. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear
it was always about bringing people together. You know what I'm saying?
you. Mm,
And I think I was actually pretty the one that I can actually do that because I had a very good relationship with all the dancers from the past as well.
mm,
So I would bring them out like, hey, yo, come to my show, hey, come to this one. And so the dancers that would see these guys or ever heard of them, or they think they're like, yo, I heard this guy, he's like a legend. And I'll bring him out and be like, yeah, you can meet him. You know what I'm saying? Come to this show. And they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So not a lot of people could do that. You know what I mean? But because of my good standing and relationships with the community and the people who I've, you know, been around for so long,
yes,
they would come out and be like, yeah, of course I'm showing love. You know what I mean? So
yes.
yeah.
Wow, wow. Okay. And then now, I believe I've seen stuff like some of your work overseas as well. Correct? Have you?
Oh, that's another one. That's another thing. Yeah.
Tell me about that too.
So
Like, when did that come in? And
so that happened like in so now we fast forwarding again, right? Past Dream. And now we go into 2013, 2014. So 2014, I did a dream ring. I did a dream, whatever. And then a friend of mine said, "Hey, let me take this guy that's overseas and let me bring him over to this did your show and see what the show was about." I didn't even know this guy was coming. So he
mm,
came to the show and then he seen the show and he sees me doing like everything. You know what I
mm,
mean? I'm hosting. I'm going back and forth to the DJ. I'm over here making sure the food is good. I got this. So I'm wearing all these different hats. You know what I'm saying? Making sure lighting is okay with this, with the cameras. So I'm wearing these different hats. And he's like, this one guy is doing all this.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Man, in all this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then so he's like, yo, like what he's doing, it takes a crew to do.
yeah, yeah.
You
You're
know what I'm
your own
saying?
production company.
Yeah, right. So he's like, yo, like, so the next day, literally next day, he emails me. He's like, hey. come to the office, blah blah. I want to talk to you, whatever, whatever. This and this and whatever. So we go and we speak about some things, and then he's like, "Hey, like, I want you to put on a show." I'm like,
Mm.
"Okay, what kind of show?" He said, "Just tell me about the origin. What exactly what I'm doing right now, telling you." And I told him about things that's going on, this and that. He's like, "Wow!" Like he was impressed. He understood it, and he actually seen it. He's seen things that a lot of people that I've pitched to or I've talked to couldn't see. You know what I'm saying? It takes the
Mm.
right person to see the vision, right?
Yeah.
And then so he sees, he's like, yo, I understand it. I see it. Like, this is the vocabulary. This is the story. This is lineage. This is that. Like, he sees the whole thing. And then we're like, yo, bet, cool. Um, he's like, okay, cool. So, yeah, I want you to do a show, whatever, this and that. And we're gonna make it happen in this big old place right here. He said, I'm gonna give you a team. I'm gonna make this happen. We're gonna do this, do that. So he's giving me all this shit and the shit I'm like, I've never done in my life.
Uh, it's a new challenge, new journey. Let's see.
So now I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Again, I'm like, he's lying. It is what it is.
Mhm.
I've been told this before. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then so he's like, yo, so he took me to go see the show and he showed me this place. And I'm like,
Oh yes, yeah, I got headphones.
yeah, hello?
Yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah. So he shows me this place, right? And he showed me this show called the XX, I believe. And it was like a music show. It was super dope. But I
Mhm.
mean, this production was amazing,
Wow,
right? And I'm like, yo, what is this? He said, yeah, man. He said, I want you to do a show here. And yeah, he said, and we can make your show 10 times better than this.
wow.
So I said, what? I'm like, he said, yeah. He said, we give you the budget, we do this. He said, it can be whatever you want it to be.
Wow,
I'm like, oh nah. So
wow.
immediately I went back into showcase mode.
Yeah,
Right? I
yeah,
go back so I started thinking about the archives and everything we've done over the past 10 years, you know what I'm
wow.
saying, of work that we've done and created. And I'm like, nah, all this can lead up is leading up to this one moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I can bring
wow.
all of that to a stage where everyone can see it.
New eyes, people never seen. No, new
Right. So
eyes.
now it's like just reinventing, you know what I'm saying, everything we've ever done and just and find out and finding language, new language to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then now it's like, okay, cool. We did that and then bang, like he took me like we all went out to dinner. And then he was like, yo, talk to me like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, blah, blah. He just breaking down the logistics. And he's like, yo, you ready for your life to change?
Wow.
And I was like, nobody ever said that.
Right. That's a what a statement. Okay.
So I'm like, yeah. He said, yo, man. He said, after you do this, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be different. And I was like,
Mm.
okay, but cool. I was like, well, let's see what we got. You know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
then, yeah, and then we from there we had a topic. You know, we spoke about it. You know, we had social justice things. We had things that, and I had a team. I had it, and the crazy part is, I had a team main event the younger guys, and I was gonna do it with my other guys. I was gonna do it with the ringmasters, but the ringmasters they were going back to L.A.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yo, who am I gonna do this with? Like, I need a team. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, I have a team right here that I've been training and dealing with and moving with for years. So why would I not use these guys?
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna use my guys now. You know what I'm
right,
saying? This is my younger crew, and they've been rocking with me from forever. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, these are gonna be you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go. I'm gonna train these guys until everything I know. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
literally everything I know. Like we drilled things from back in the days, like the old school moves and the dance hall moves and this and that. But then also getting into the obviously the new day of flexing. You know what I'm saying? They knew how to do that already, the new day of flexing. But
Right.
now it was to get them to know the history and the lineage and have that in their body as well. So
Mm.
now they learned the history, the lineage, what it means to actually live in that dance hall space, in that bruck up space. Now he goes a way to live in the flexing space with that. So now
Wow.
together it became something now. You know what I'm saying? And so now the language of flexing started to change a little bit within not just them, but with everybody. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. Right. What an
So
incredible opportunity to level up such personally. Like everyone on that team, everyone there, like wow, what an opportunity for them to level up
Yeah,
individually and also together.
and
Wow.
not together, right? Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Man, just I got a few more questions I like to ask just on the time. I
No, go
appreciate
for
your
it.
time. Um, I would like to. I like to go. Actually, I'm just gonna say what came to my mind. What flexing now? The current state of it, the future of it. Where do you see it going? Is it changing? Is it expanding? I guess. What are your thoughts on the future of flexing?
So I mean, it's gonna continue to expand. I feel like it's gonna definitely it's going to uh how you say it, it's gonna live the test of time,
Mm,
right? It's gonna flourish. It's gonna be what it is. I just feel like the right information in in the community has to be together. You know what I'm saying? In order for it to
mm,
happen, because the more the community is together, the more the community is one, the more we're able to push it in a light where it needs to be pushed, and people aren't pushed away from it. Right.
mhm, mhm,
So I think that's what needs to be done. And I think that's being done even
mhm.
now. You know what I'm saying? With my brother Adisa, he's putting some things together that's really well, and he's also he also asks questions. He gets the right information. Like he goes deep into context with a lot of information, and he keeps in contact with a lot of the originators and innovators as well. So, and
Mm,
that's the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? We're not, but all of us are still here by the grace of God. You know what I mean? So
right.
it's like we're not like gone and not able to. No one can't speak to us. We're all still here.
Mm,
So it's super good to just tap in with the originators of this dance style, find out their story, how they see flexing, where does it go? You know what I'm saying? Not
right.
necessarily saying you have to say this is it. I'm gonna be like them, but no, but to understand
Mm,
the mindset, the way of thinking to to where it is today, because a lot of people aren't innovating as much no more,
mm, okay.
and maybe it's because of that. Maybe they just feel like it's just one way to do things. But it's
Mm,
like if it was only one way to do things, we'll still be doing the bruck up.
right, right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We tweaked our mind and say no, that's not one way. We need
no,
to innovate. So
right,
how do we make this better? You know what I'm
right.
saying? How do we create something for our own? And yeah, and I think that's where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Even like say Storyboy P, for instance,
Mm,
he created his thing, his mutation,
hmm
but his mutation is still within the realm of flexing. But
right.
that's just his thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And
his fingerprint
his
within the
fingerprint
larger
within it,
fingerprint.
exactly,
Yes.
and it's still within their realm of flexing, exactly what it is. So that's
Mm,
where it's like people should start to look at and start to build from. You
I
know what I'm
see.
saying? Build from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Build from the foundation, obviously, but then start to say, okay, what can I do that's different? Let me put my fingerprint in flexing.
Right.
Not just the person that's there, but okay, that person made this, but how can I make this better? You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I think, and once people start to understand that mentality of flexing, and that's the idea of it, and still give the respect to the original, you know what I'm saying, the original creators or the
yes.
original innovators
Yes.
that made it possible for it to get this far,
Right.
then I think we're in a super good place,
Nice.
and I,
Okay.
and it's happening. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice. Okay. Also, I know you've mentioned Brian and Nugget as also pioneers, and you mentioned
definitely,
I've never heard of bone breaking as snapping. That was what's being described as bone breaking private snapping.
that's
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Got.
So snapping is all right. So Bruck up in itself, right? Bruck business in its entirety, it's a lot of character, it's the blowing up the face, the
Yeah.
comb in the shoulder, this and that, blah blah, and then you go around and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that was that style of it, you know what I mean? And that's Bruck up. That is actually that is how he is.
That's him.
That's
That was
Bruck up.
his. Okay. Gotcha.
Right. And everybody did a little something, you know what I'm saying, of the Bruck up with all this. But
Mm,
Nugget has a snap, right? So
mm,
Nugget snap is not really like Bruck up. If you know what I'm saying, if you talk to Bruck up or if you talk to someone else, they'll be like, okay, nah, that's that thing Nugs do. He don't really do the Bruck up, but it's a snap. And that's his version of what, you know what I'm saying, of what he
wow.
does.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's like so he'll do a little something, but then he got these things that go with. He got things that Bruck has never done in
Mm,
his thing. You know what I'm saying?
wow. Okay.
Uh,
Got. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so what Nugget does, he calls it snapping, but the bone breaking, uh, obviously Nugget he also helped invent that as well. So not even help, he Nugget invented that. I'm sorry.
Wow, bone breaking. The wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the thing, and again, about bone breaking, a lot of people think bone breaking is just well, like what people see today.
Right.
It's actually just the illusion of your bones looking like they're supposed to be broken.
Uh-huh.
Like that was
So,
the idea of it. You know what I'm
so you
saying?
don't technically have to you don't have to
But
dislocate.
it
You
was
can
the
make it
illusion of it, right?
just the
It was the
illusion.
illusion of it, and then you still had to dance and move around because the idea of it is to dance with the bone breaking, not just do the bone breaking, right? Because it's a
Right.
dance. It becomes
Right.
it's a dance. But if you just stay in one place and just do one thing,
Right.
then you can just say, okay, you do your contortion.
Right.
But the idea of dancing and doing it the way we do it now with the different moves, different ways of doing it, with the connecting and the hat tricks, you know what I'm saying, that builds culture, that builds things, you know what I'm saying, it has a lineage.
Right.
We
Right.
we don't just do it. That
Right.
just yeah.
Okay, got you. And then also you mentioned Brian and you mentioned about his glides. And I'm not familiar with Brian. Can you like what was it about him that stood out, would you say? What was it? Yeah, I gotta look him up. I would love to.
Nah, that's my boy, man. That's Brian is he's an incredible dancer.
Mhm.
Like his glides were really next level. When I
Mm,
say I mean we all know gliding has been around forever, right? We
right.
know this, but it's the way and the format that he does it. I've
Mm,
never seen anyone do. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
And like he had like this airwalk that was just super crazy. Like he's just floating on air.
Wow.
His feet were amazing. I just you know what I'm saying. And the
Right.
thing is about him too. The feet are amazing, but the body illusion with the feet makes it different. You know what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
think that was his thing. He always used to be like, "Yo, don't look at my feet because you're gonna miss something.
Oh, don't he
You
said
know,
don't he okay.
don't look at his
Look at
feet.
everything.
That you right because you're gonna miss something." You know what
That's
I mean?
crazy.
So he's like, "You keep looking at my feet, and that's not even where
That's
you know what I'm saying?
crazy.
That's
That's a
not where it's coming
crazy
from."
mentality. Like a, well, just I love that. Wow, yeah.
So
Okay.
like he would like man. Then he started people like wearing foam posits because he was a big foam posit head. So
Hmm.
he had people thinking that it was the foam posit that was making him glide that way.
Hmm. And then wow.
That was just one of his gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? One of his things.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah. But it
Wow.
was yeah. You gotta you gotta see him
Wow.
in
Okay.
person or see like some videos of him. He don't really have a lot of videos like that out.
Yes.
But yeah, but he's yo man. He's probably literally one of the best guys I've seen.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I would love if there's
in
any
that
footage
realm.
you have, or if I look it up, I would.
I got a little something like yeah. He
Okay.
came to one of my classes one time and he showed some dances, some things, and he got some things out. And
Cool.
I'll see if we
Okay.
can pass it on that. But so obviously it's up to him. We'll see what he
Of
say
course.
about it. But
Of
yeah,
course. Dope. Okay. Just last couple questions. I know back to pausing because I know that was something I really wanted to touch on, and also for people listening. And
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a question about animation. And I know animation. That word is used in popping. Animation is used in flexing.
hmm
Uh, is pausing and animation? Is there a relationship between those two?
Okay. Um. So this is what I'm gonna say about that, right? Originally, no.
Mm,
Originally, I don't. I didn't really I didn't understand on the animation at the time, when I was in the creation of it, and I probably barely understand it now.
and a lot of people still. But
But I know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
But it's just like it wasn't something that I intentionally put into the style. It was more or less like I want to look like something. How do I look like that? You know what I'm saying? Now, if that entails animation or if that brings animation into it, then maybe so. I don't know. But
right,
that intentionally animated animation wasn't into the style like that. Yeah,
right,
I
right,
didn't integrate it that way. Nowhere near it. Obviously, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was just
right,
like I literally just want to look like something and how do I create that in my body?
right. That makes yeah,
So
that makes sense. Exactly. Like you said, there was no ideas, thoughts of animation, even whatever about that. You
right,
wanted to just look like that VHS tape, the pausing,
I
the
just that's
that's
it.
all you wanted. And if and
Yeah.
you're and you're correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying if some people want to say that fits the credentials or the qualities, then you're like, all right. Is that what you're or what do
Right,
you?
because there's nothing, like what I like to say. There's nothing new under the sun, right?
Right.
It's,
Mhm.
everything's created in energy is always switched back and forth. We know this, right? So
Mhm.
I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, well it is man animation. I'm just saying like, or if it's not, I'm just saying that in the creation of it, it wasn't integrated
That was
in that way.
mhm.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? It wasn't integrated in that way, but I can see how some would say, "Oh, that's animation now," because of everything that's happening now, or everything that's been, or you see
Right.
this now, or you see these other dances, or popping, and you see. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like I wasn't inspired by any of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what it, barely knew what it was. Just to be
Right. Right.
completely honest with you, um, it was just about again. It was just like, okay, how do I be this way? How do I look this way?
Mhm.
And what can I do to make myself look as fake as possible?
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And so yeah.
That makes I think that makes again sense then again where you're coming from your intention creating this style and
Hmm.
it's I know it gets complicated the more people more perspectives and the more
Right.
information that's thrown into the conversation
Right. That's what
it's
I'm about to
like
say.
it's like I'm gonna just say like I feel like like connecting to there's that's another topic the whole
That's another
connection
thing.
but and people
That's another
the
thing.
right so I think it gets yes but I appreciate what you're sharing, and it makes
Right.
sense. Again, what your
Right.
intentions was going into it. Okay.
Right, right, and then that's what it is. It's like today's conversation with new understandings, and with YouTube's and all
Yeah.
the cultural diffusion that happens. You
Yeah.
start to think, oh well, no, he got it from nah. That's not. You know what I'm saying? People are creative. You know what I'm saying? People think of different things and different ways to do things. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true. Yeah.
it wasn't this guy or that guy or this, but like I tell you, I literally didn't know any of them. I
Hmm.
knew I knew my team, I knew dance hall, and I knew what I wanted to look like and what we did. And
Hmm.
that was our tight circle. You know what I'm saying? That was what we wanted to and that was what we wanted to do and how we wanted to look and things like that. We kind of helped create those things. But
Hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
everything else, nah, that was brought to our attention later on.
Right.
The hip hop, I want to say the hip hop version of certain shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like you want to say like to see the pop, and then you see the Mr. Animations, and then you see the
Right.
Mr. Wiggles, and you be like, okay,
Yes.
all those things started coming later on. But we have
Right.
already developed the styles that we kind of
Wow.
put in our head. It was
Yeah.
like, and so it's like, okay, cool. Like this is how they do it. That's how we looked at it. We like, okay, that's what they do. That's not what we do.
That's right. Wow.
Like, you
Wow.
know, it's and then the crazy part is I've went to popping competitions, right? And then
Yeah.
they'll be like, "You're not popping right," and I say, "Because I'm not popping." I'll be like, "Because I'm not popping."
But it's interesting because they must have seen you move and they probably thought popping. They're probably like,
Exactly.
he reminds me of what I'm doing. There's something, there's some similarness, or they
Right.
see,
Right.
right.
Like
But again,
I've been there. I think the storyboard can tell you. We went to a competition one time and it was like, well, yeah, uh, you're not really popping like that. And I'm like, and I had to say, I'm not a popper. I'm a
yeah,
flex dancer. I pause. This is what I do.
yeah.
And then I'm saying, then even and I tell everybody the same thing. After ABDC, people wanted me to battle. It was like, yo, go battle Poppin' Pete. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm not gonna battle Poppin' Pete. I didn't know who Poppin' Pete was.
right. Just
But obviously everybody in LA knows him and poppers know him. And
right.
I'm like, I'm not battling Poppin' Pete. I'm like, okay. But then at the same time, I was like, why not? You know what I'm saying? I didn't care who he was. So I was about to go up and press him, whatever, but it was all this dancing and stuff like that because I didn't know who he was.
Right.
I was
Yo,
gonna
that
press
was
him. I
that.
was just gonna press him, but uh, long story short, the next day we had went to a class, whatever, and then he was telling me like, "Yo, he's this and he's that," and he's. I'm like, "Oh, well, he's a fucking legend, obviously."
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all about to have me battle this legend here? Y'all trying to embarrass me? Like, you know what I'm
Just
saying?
because they were like, "Oh, you're crazy at what you do, and he's crazy. Let's put them together in a
You
sense."
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but long story short, I went to one of his classes in LA, whatever, and we was talking, and I was showing him what I do, and then he was just like, "Yo," he said, "Yo," he said his literal words was, "You, my friend, have your own thing." He said
Wow.
if you're not popping and doing this and the things he was showing me, and I'm like, that's not, I don't even know how to do that.
Right.
He
Right.
said, "You, my friend, have your own thing."
Wow.
I said, thank you. And once I got it solidified from one of the OGs, I said, I'm good.
That's it.
I don't want to hear no more popping and posing thing. I don't want to care. I don't care
Right.
about
Right. Right. You got it from
it.
the source. You got it from the source to talk to about it. You know.
Yeah,
I talked to
yeah,
him about it. Okay. Wow. I love some of the comments that just popped up right
yeah.
now.
I didn't even see them all, but yeah.
So just originator finger connects the genuine focus with Reggie for the understanding to create positive is amazing. I'm appalled right now. Reem said Reg put them glasses on and start spitting. I guess he's uh,
Yo, he was crazy.
yeah, Reem. I was like, and then yeah, just a lot of love. I appreciate the comments. Man, okay. I got like two more questions I want to ask. What is in your man the journey you've been through, man, and the dancers you've seen and the creativity? What is a moment, a battle that you were in, or someone you saw that you were like, "Wow!" Like I'm there. That movement they did, I'm never gonna forget. And I know you mentioned some already, but is there one? I don't know. Maybe that comes to mind that you're like you were like, "Wow!" And maybe they're not known, or maybe people don't even know about them. Maybe they don't even dance anymore. But it doesn't have to be. But just to for people watching, they can hear a story that they may have never known, or maybe never get to see this person. Um,
I'll tell you about a battle I can never forget.
okay, yeah, let's see.
So, these are my two favorite styles in flexing as well. There was this one time. It was it was at the skating ring at the Empire skating ring, and
Mm,
then Brian and Kareem was battling one of these other guys because he was talking mad crazy.
mm,
So he was talking one crazy about one of them, and then the other one just came out of the blue. Was like, okay, so what's up? So Reem, so he came. I guess the guy was doing his thing. He was doing his little battle thing. He was doing his thing. But then Reem and Brian together as a duo.
mm,
Sheesh.
mm.
When I tell you that was one of the best I've never seen. The way they was not connecting and flexing wise,
Right,
but
but
the
just
way their connection was and how it was moving, and some they had lights under their feet, and one had light in his mouth came
wow,
out through. I'm like, that had to be one of the worst deaths I've seen in a battle. That was horrible. That
wow.
was
Reem
bad. Yeah,
just said that was the Elks. That was the Elks.
that was the elf. You sure? I thought that was at the Empire skating ring. You sure that was the Empire? I feel like that was the Empire ring.
Wow.
But it could have been else. He might be right. He right. He right. He right. Oh my God, that was yo. That shit was. Whew. Yeah,
Wow.
Raymond Bryan. Like I love like those two. Those are my favorite styles. Like get low and pausing. I mean, get low
Mm,
and pausing. Get low and gliding.
mm.
Those are my favorite styles in flexing. Crazy,
Wow. Okay.
crazy.
Man, well, then the last question I like to ask is just, for people watching this video in the future, current generation, what's something you would like to leave them with? What would be a message that you would like to, to leave them with? And it could be, it could be whatever. It could be dance. It doesn't have to be dance, but whatever you would like the people that are watching this, just a message from yourself.
Oh man,
I know it's
that's a big one. I want to say be creative, be original, be yourself, and always stay consistent.
mm, mm,
Those are like I guess those are things I live by. Principles I live by. Uh, have morality. Be vulnerable when you need to. Just be be comfortable in your skin. It's
mm,
when you especially when you dancing and when you moving, man, because you want to create an identity that's different from everyone else, and no one else can be you. And
mm.
once you put your fingerprint on you, then you got something. I mean, a lot of us we watch YouTube now. We watch all these different things. That's you know it's impressionable. It's dope. It's cool to do. We're gonna copy it sometime, but I don't even watch YouTube for dances. I can't. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Because I don't want to think like I don't want to think like that. You know what I'm
Take
saying?
away your own path in a sense. You're like
Yeah,
going on to their
you have to create that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of dancers like to do that now, but if we break away from that, uh, and then not so many all styles. Like we got a lot of dancers that says, you know what? Yeah, I do all styles. I do this. I do like. Let's have some respect for her cultures.
Ah,
Let's
okay.
have some respect for honestly, right?
Hmm.
Like you see when somebody just go they doing a little juking because they got the little
Right.
leg movement, but it's like, do you know that has a whole culture and style behind it?
Yeah. Right.
Sometimes it can be disrespectful.
Right. Right. Oop. Well, looks like it might. Did it pause on my end? If people that are still in the comments, it might have just paused on Reg's side. I'm gonna give it some time. See if it loads up again. Oh no. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I just so I want to hear that his last um what he was just sharing. I don't like to hear that last part. Work on yourself. Yeah, it forces people to work on yourself in a way that you have worked and trained before. Yeah, and it is interesting the whole all style when that became more common and people took on all style events as a style of themselves, describing themselves. And yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, YouTube technology, how that's played a role in being able to see everything, but some people just kind of taking and then not really learning about where these things come from, these movements and cultures. Um, so yeah, I was what I hear where Reg was going with that. Ah, let's see if I maybe his phone may have died. I'm gonna give it like another minute or so. Everyone that's in the comments as well. Is any what are your thoughts on what has been shared today on flexing the history and pioneers and Reg? That was I really appreciated what he's been everything he's shared, and I really hope more people also watch this or take the time to. See. I'll give it like one more minute. If not, hey CJ, I appreciate that, sir. Hey, yeah, cool hand Luke, yes sir. I appreciate that. Had a few calls. Yeah, no, I, like you said, give Reg his spotlight right now. So I appreciate you connecting us, and that was amazing. All of this, all the information today. Oh, 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 oh! Think he might be back. Hey,
There we go. My fault, y'all. My battery. I hate when I do that. I got into it. My battery just died.
no worries. I had a feeling too. I know that's happened to me a couple of times,
I'm
but
like shit, and I
yeah.
knew it was on like 4%. I'm like, I
No,
got to jump
and
out
then
of
the
this shit.
screen just goes, it just goes black, and you're like, damn, like.
Piss
I
me
hear you.
off.
But yeah, no, what you were saying about the all style events, you were just sharing about all styles and people taking kind of little bit here, a little bit there, and they identify as an all style dancer, which that's a whole other,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. You know what I mean? Like people, like I said. I mean, I think there should be a respective. It's people should have respect for each other's styles. You know what I'm saying? Like all styles is cool. It's good to have be well rounded. We know this. Be entertainer, and we love these things. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? We should have more respect for the styles. Don't just pick them up. Go do them. Hey, go learn from Little Buck. Go learn from G Nerd. Go learn from these guys that's you know what I'm saying these OG Memphis jokers that's really doing their thing. Like take their classes. Go to
Hmm.
them. Find out the history. Don't just take their shit
Right, right,
without understanding these things. You know what I'm saying? And that
right,
understanding creates a lot more respect, right? Because we know what the culture is. We know what they go through. We knew what we hear it, but we don't. Probably people don't really they don't probably live it, but they hear
right,
it, and it gives a different perspective. So
right,
yeah, man. I definitely think people should definitely have that respect
right.
for like different styles, just like it would be for Crump. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like people, you gotta have that respect for Crump. You can't just be out here just crumping.
No,
You
no.
know what I mean? You can do it, but then it don't even look right.
Nah,
You
yeah,
know
you
what I'm
gotta. Man, just a real quick side note, like, man, I being here in LA and going to, I've been to maybe a few, like a handful of Crump events, but man, to like the energy when you, like at the Mecca of it, like, it's, yeah,
saying?
you can't just watch it on YouTube, take a couple tutorials and be like, oh, I got it. Like,
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
there's a whole spirit inside of what's going on, and you
Exactly.
can't YouTube that. You
No, you
can't.
can't.
You
You
can't. There's
can't.
a spirit of these movements, of
Yeah.
flexing, of crump, pop, all of
Yep.
the originators of these styles, and yeah.
And
So
you feel it, man. You see it when you talk about it. That's why a lot of originators get into so many arguments and things like that. Is because they passionately love what they do. Like, you know what I mean?
right,
Like a lot of the younger guys will come in. They'll say a little bit. I don't care about history. I don't care about this. It's not about what you care about the history. It's about what it took to build this shit.
yeah,
Right? Like it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? And then it's you sacrifice so many different things. You sacrifice your girlfriend. You sacrifice your
everything,
living environment. You know
right,
what I mean? For
right,
someone to say to disregard that is, you
yeah.
know,
It's a slap in the face to the
it's
history, to
big
the
time.
lineage. Yeah, no, for
Right.
sure.
And then we
Um,
got some people that know lineage but just won't say it. And
mm,
won't tell it. You know what I mean? We
they,
got those too.
they keep it to them. Yeah, they don't want to share it. Yeah, yeah,
because they,
right. I
because
guess
because they have
everybody,
they because they have their own agenda, so
right.
and it's like, yeah,
Damn. Wow. Well,
it happens.
exactly right. It happened. But hey, we out here and you making moves and people, the right people speak up and I appreciate that. So, man.
Oh, for
So
sure,
yeah,
for sure, man.
yeah, again, I appreciate you, Reg, for taking this time to share this, your history, the story of flexing, the terminology, the inspiration of pausing, and the memories, man. I really appreciate you taking time and respect to you, man, for all you've done. Like, this is my first time us speaking, so to
Right,
me,
right,
this
right.
this was all this was a lot of new information, and we'll be processing after this interview.
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
So
man.
I appreciate you taking this time and everything else that you got going and you're working on, and I support. Let me know if there's any way I could
Oh, thank
help
you,
spread
thank
the
you.
word. Anything, I'm in LA, so if you're ever in LA, love to connect and such.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, for sure.
but yeah, man, I appreciate your time, and CJ as well. Appreciate him for
Yeah,
making this
definitely, CJ.
happen,
Appreciate it.
you know, this connection and everything. And yeah, Originator Finger Connects. It's a damn Reg. You taught a lot. Love your journey. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
love,
that's my man right there, for sure, for sure.
all love, all love. But yeah, man. I hope the rest of your night's calm. And
It should be pretty cool, man. I mean, I ain't doing too much. I'm just gonna be chilling for a minute.
okay,
Uh, watch some TV.
okay. And you're in New York.
Chill.
What part of New York? Because you're in New York, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay.
I don't live in Brooklyn no more, but yeah, that's where I'm from.
Okay. Got you. Got you. All right. All right. Right. Well,
But
anyway,
I'm
hope
in New
you.
York though.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. But you living right now in Brooklyn.
No, I'm in New York. I ain't telling everybody where I live.
Oh, okay. He said, I'm not telling you what borough I'm in. Yeah, I'm in New York. Okay, you do. Got you. Got you. Got you. Anyway, man. I hope the rest of your night is calm, man.
No, definitely for sure. But no, but if anytime you got any questions or anything you're not like unsure of, you know what I'm saying, you can always hit my jack. If you can't reach me, you know what I mean, get to CJ or get to my boy Nugget or get
Mhm.
to Adisa. You know, somebody that can actually give you the right, you know what I'm saying, show you the right way. You know what I
Right.
mean, to point you the right way where to go. Because a lot of dancers, a lot of people now, like I said, everybody got their finger in the pot with
Hmm.
flexing. You know what I mean? It's still young, so people want to be like, well, I got this now. They want to stick their fingers in there, and it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? And everybody's not credible, but
No. Yeah.
but good people are, you know what I mean? And we can always show you that way, and
Right.
um, and that's a good thing, right? So,
Right. Right.
but if any, like I said, any question, anybody else, if anybody got questions out there too, I'm here for it. Just let me know.
Yeah. Let me see real quick if anyone has a question right now. They wanna. This is an opportunity for anyone that's tuning in right now that like to ask Reg a question. I'll give it like 30 seconds or so. See if anyone types.
Mhm.
Cause let me see. I think there was. I'm gonna scroll back because I feel like there were some questions,
Okay.
but we didn't. and we'll just, if you don't have to, but you can if you want to answer them. I think one question was,
Yeah, it's all good.
yeah, somebody said, well, one was hitting and popping. I want to know how hitting is different than pausing. And I mean, I kind of feel like we went over that with what you were watching, the inspiration was, which was
Yeah,
not about muscle contractions, which popping is focusing
right,
on, oh, they want to make the muscle contract
right.
to the beat. Pausing was not about that.
Nah, Pauzin is mostly in your neck.
In your neck. Oh, okay.
Yeah, people don't know that. They just think it's just like you got to hit. It's all here.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
all in your traps.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Cloud45 said, Reg, who do you think is the best Bruck up dancer in BK? Again,
The
that
best
sounds.
ruck up dancer in Brooklyn
Mm-hmm.
right now. Ruck up. Oof. Oh man, I don't know.
Mm,
I can't say. I don't really have a best one right now.
right.
Uh, but if I was to probably go at it right now, the last person I seen that can really do the ruck up pretty decent is my boy Static.
Static. Okay.
Yeah, Static's pretty good. Yeah, I
Okay.
give I give him respect for that.
Got you. Another question. Tim Wade 3 said, is there a Bruck up or flexing documentary out?
No, but it's one being created, and also got an ebook coming out. So watch
Mm.
out for the ebook.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dope,
it's just
dope.
it's already in motion.
Nice. Nice. Okay. And then from question from originator Finger Connects. So you originated pausing, not Tafari.
Yeah, no, Safari didn't create it. It was me.
Hmm.
So I mean, Safari tell you himself. I don't really gotta tell his story, but he'll
Hmm.
tell you.
Right. All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that's my brother though,
nice.
for
Nice.
sure.
All right. Yeah. Okay. And I think that was the last question. So, all right. Yeah. Dope. Well, I guess
Okay,
we'll leave it. We'll leave it there. We'll
okay,
call it a night. And
for
yeah, man.
sure,
Yes,
for
sir.
sure, man.
Yes,
It's
sir.
yeah, like I said, it was dope, man. I really appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to do this.
Yeah.
Everybody don't do
I
that. You know
I
what I mean?
I appreciate, like I said, you taking the time as well. But yeah, I appreciate that as well. I'm just love the art, love the movement, and I wanna understand the movements that were interesting to me. So, like again for me, like, and I've shared before previously when people are, oh, how'd you get into dance? Like, I learned dancing in Pennsylvania because of YouTube. Like, there wasn't really anything around, so I watched a lot of stuff. But now it's really cool to kind of come full circle and now ask the people that I watched and kind of really get to hear the story of the people that I on the screen that I was watching. So yeah,
That's
man.
dope. That's
Yeah,
dope. That's
yeah,
super dope.
yeah. But all right. Well, I'm gonna log off then, Reg. But it was a pleasure,
Definitely, man.
man. Yes, sir. And hope the rest of your night, like I said, is calm. So.
Yeah, it should be, man. I'm gonna be chilling for the rest of the night.
All right. Also, if there's any footage that you would, because I'm gonna edit this, I'm gonna take like a minute from our talk and I'm gonna
Yeah.
post it on Instagram. If there's any footage that you specifically want me to put into that will tie into what we're talking, let me know. Because I mean, I could just go through YouTube and Facebook and pull stuff, but if there's
Yeah.
something you're like, oh, I like you to like post that like when we're talking, like if there's stuff about yourself pauses and stuff you want me to put, or when you're
Mhm.
mentioning other people, like send me that footage and I'll like put it into something.
I mean, I got a bunch of stuff, so
Yeah, i'll
uh,
just i'll just
let's see what we can
whenever,
do.
I'll wait on you for anything specific that you would like me to tie into this interview.
Right. Well, let me know when you do it. Not just because I can just grab it from it's on my phone. I can just grab
Okay.
it anytime. Yeah.
I'll say like by like next week, if you got time next week, no rush.
Yeah.
I would say then once you send it to me, then I'll start putting something together.
Okay.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, I'm
All
locked
right.
off, man, and hope again, chill night. And yeah, man, it was a
Sure.
pleasure.
All right, bro.
All
Appreciate
right.
you.
Peace,
Later.
peace.